Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay. Now, I did come back to the model table here earlier this morning, and if you remember yesterday, this section that we had glued on here, it was loose on this end. Well, it's not loose anymore. I got that glued in place. And I mounted this stuff on, well, like so that I can hang on to it to spray it, right? And all I did was I just used, in this case, a piece of scrap wood. I don't know if you can see it, but there's blue tack in there holding it on. And pretty much the same thing goes on right here. I gotta be careful how I pick this stuff up now. Okay, so we got to spray it. When we're looking at this, we're going to be looking at it like this. So this whole area here has to be the 82, and also in here. I don't know how much of this, if any, is actually shown, or maybe does the flight deck go over top of all of this? I think that possibly the flight deck goes over top of all of this, but I might just spray it with the 82 along the back here. But I'm pretty sure that this is going to be the white, you know, that we might be seeing from the inside. Although I don't know. I know we wouldn't. We wouldn't be seeing this because the mirror image piece of this is the back side of the ship, and we won't be seeing in because the doors are all going to be shut. But anyway, I've got to be careful here because my blue tack is not all that strong. So yeah, so about the only thing left to do here now is to mix my paint and strain it, and I think that's going to be the next thing. I can't think of anything else I can do and to stall so that I don't have to spray. Oh yeah, you're all looking at my bandage, right? Okay, here's what happened. Yesterday afternoon, probably 10 minutes after I had showed you that cherry bread thing that I had made, and I'll tell you, it tastes okay, but it's not. It should have been sweeter if it was supposed to be a cake, but it wasn't supposed to be a cake. Anyway, what happened was I opened the cupboard door, and there's the corner of the cupboard door sticking out, and I guess I didn't open the door wide enough, and I reached in to get something, and I scraped my arm on the corner of the cupboard door. And at first when I did it, I thought, well, that's okay, and I went to brush it off, and here I noticed that anyway, hence a bandage. Okay, now you know. I didn't fall off my motorcycle, but you know what? When I saw that it was bleeding and so on, I thought, my goodness, if this happened just on a cupboard door, what would I look like if I fell off my bike and went rolling down the road? Yeah, well, let's not even think about that. But it happens. I mean, look at what's happened to poor Peter in Australia, or in Thailand. Yeah, well, he had his first motorcycle accident when he was in Australia, and then he moved to Thailand, and he had one that ended up sort of indirectly taking his life. That's too bad. Well, let's not talk about that. Apparently, our friend Jason Port is not feeling well. So, Jason, I hope you get over whatever it is. Jeff Donahue passed on the message to me, so thanks for sharing that, Jeff. Okay, let's get going here. Okay, we're ready for you know who. All right. 22.5. The sun is shining right now. I did check the weather earlier, and it looks like there's no chance of rain after 1 o'clock today, so I'll probably be going out for a quick scoot in the afternoon. That's the plan. Don't know where I'm going to go. Just going to go out and enjoy the ride. You know, when I go out for these rides, I often don't know where I'm going to go. It's just I just enjoy the ride, getting out. You know, getting out. Up until 2 years ago, before I started this, you know, with the e-bike and the scooter, and then the Rebel, and now the Goldwing. Before I was becoming a real indoor person. You know, I just didn't go out because it was hard to go anywhere, and I didn't want to just sit and drive in the car. So this is sort of getting me out in the fresh air. Okay, let's strain our paint and get going here. You know, Ron, it's not that hard. Why do you keep balking at it? I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can get this done now before Missy the dog comes by. And if she does come by, well, she's going to have to just have a seat and wait. Get this over here. Maybe I'll do this little piece first. I will zoom in, but we're not going to be doing any super close-ups because some of this stuff is really big. And it's going to be a little bit difficult to... Okay, I don't care if I get... Maybe I should have put my blue gloves on. Oh, well, this paint comes out pretty good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I should have wore the blue gloves. I was wondering why this is spitting a little bit, but now I realize I forgot to take my needle cap off. Well, it's working. I think we basically got it here. I don't know if we're going to be seeing this underside or not. I think I ran out of paint here. Kind of a little bit on the heavy side right there, but I think it's acceptable. We'll let that dry and see how it looks. Hopefully I don't have to do a second coat. Okay, let's get ourselves cleaned up here now. Okay, they're pretty much dry right now. I think we're okay. I was noticing though, I just brought this back. I took it to the sink and just cleaned everything off with well, at least this part, and my hands with soapy water. And the airbrush I back flushed. Where is the airbrush? Here it is. Yeah, I cleaned the airbrush by just back flushing. I didn't disassemble it. So afterwards, I noticed when I got back here to the model table that on the inside of this cap there was still some dried 82. And I was thinking, I guess I could use the Windex. And then I thought, I have never actually done a test to see how the airbrush cleaner compares to Windex for cleaning. It's got to be better. I know it's powerful because it will dissolve plastic. That's why you can use this, and it will work similarly, not the same as. I know people will say it's the same as the extra thin here. I found it's not the same, but it will do the job. I think the extra thin is just a little bit more powerful when it comes to dissolving the plastic and the melding so on. But you can actually use this to glue your plastic parts together. I don't. I just keep. Even though the extra thin is more expensive, but that's just me. Some people might say, much more experienced modelers than me might say it's exactly the same. I don't think it's exactly the same, but it works. Let's put it that way. So I was thinking, where am I going with this? I was thinking, why don't I do a test? Next time I spray something, I'll take a glass slide and I'll spray the glass slide and let it dry really, really good, and then we'll do a test. Part of it we'll put a drop of Windex on, or maybe 2 or 3 drops, and on the other end of the glass slide we'll put 2 or 3 drops of the airbrush cleaner, and then just sort of rock it back and forth and see, which washes the whatever paint I use. I do find that the 82 seems to be a lot harder to clean off of stuff than the 19 or 77 or 66. I don't know why. It's still the XF paint. I would have thought they would have used the same carrier, if you know what I mean. Only the pigment would have changed, but maybe it's just my imagination. I just found it a little bit harder to clean up here a few minutes ago with the 82, and I think I've noticed that before. I might have even mentioned that before. Anyway, we are give us a little bit more time here, and then we can get our doors and our parts in place. They should contrast quite nicely. Don't know if we're going to do that today or not. What time we got here? 9:45 and still no Missy the dog. Huh. Okay. Hope she's not sick again. Maybe she got the dog version of COVID. Who knows? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Ron.
Hello. Hang on here, Missy.
She's back to normal.
Oh, that's good.
But I came around and over the bridge and down, and the Ukrainian lady beside Merv was talking to me. And I chattered away, and I said, "Can you say that in English?" And she said, "No English." So I let her talk, and I heard a few things. Spray, poison, polizia. The polizia said, "Just ignore." So it poisoned their dog too.
Oh, so from Merv spray.
Yeah, it's farm grade, eh?
Yeah. Okay.
He has the license because he used to be a farmer. I mean, it kills all broadleaf flat out, but it poisons the dog. I said to her,
Hey, Missy, come say goodbye. There you go.
she was quite torn. Mommy's reading the newspaper in the back balcony. Mommy's Rod. Uncle Rod, I said. Uncle Rod. Thanks, Uncle Rod.
All right.
Have a good ride today.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice day, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's hot already.
Really?
Yeah, really. Big wind out of the northeast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody. Okay. Well, that was Missy the dog for today. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, we're slowly getting ourselves back to normal here. I think I'd better take a bit of a break here and do some editing. What do we got here? 10:30 or thereabouts. Yeah, I'm going to go do some editing and see what we've got. Doesn't mean the episode's going to end right now. It just means that I want to go see what we got. We almost need the macro lens here, don't we? Let's see, is that... Yeah, that'd be right if it goes right to the top here. Just let it wick its way along. This is the inside. There'll be lots. I'll just snug it down now. I hope I didn't put too much in and it's run around onto the other side. Maybe I'll put a little bit less on this one. Okay, you know what? I'm going to try the waxed pencil here and see if maybe the tip of the waxed pencil is sticky enough that I can use it to pick this up. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that kind of worked, didn't it? This one doesn't want to drop down very good. Maybe we're going to have to do the little bit of melding here. Moisten the edges. There might be some burrs or something in there. Kind of going, but not really. Let's move it out just a little bit. Why is that not dropping down? Or has it dropped down? Maybe it just looks like it. It isn't. Maybe if I put my finger underneath here, I can probably jab my finger. That's what I can do. Well, it's pretty good, I believe. I think it's what it's going to have to do because that's where it's going to stay. Okay, next one. I better recompose a little bit here. Last one, at least for this module. I think it's seated. Okay, we're going to be seeing it together for the first time. Now, what have we got here? I think it's acceptable. And it's believable. Yeah, I kind of like the idea that they're not all the same length. Now that's just my opinion. Another viewer had made the comment that in all likelihood, I forget exactly how he put it, but they would either be all the way shut or all the way open. And that makes sense too. I would think that in all likelihood, especially in hot weather, they would be all the way open. Okay, I'm going to call it quits here. What do we got? It's almost 1 o'clock. I want to get out for a quick scoot. And yeah, so thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're going to see you tomorrow.